The freaks come out at night. What? I don't know why that song popped in my head. I don't know. But since I don't know, hold on 1 second. Since I don't know, we have to talk, Base Squad. I just got finished watching The Longest Walk. I'm going to give y'all until Sunday to watch the movie. It was so good. Y'all know I'm a fan of Stephen King. Y'all know he is one of my favorite authors of all time. His mind is just brilliant. You know, I told y'all we was not going to be doing too much Charlie Kirk updates, but since they want to flood our timeline, we got to talk about it. Shout out to the Bay Squad for getting my video up. You can go see that. We're going to be talking about Tyler Robinson. Because who would have thought? Who would have thought, Bay Squad? Not me. Not me. They are out here terrorizing the people. But we're going to get into it. We're going to be saving Charlie Kirk for last. Because, child, the girlies keep missing the plot. They keep missing the plot. And I feel like this. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. But I'm going to magnify all of the hypocrites that are out here. I'm going to make sure you lose your job. Listen, it is election season. Do not be fooled. It is time to vote these hoes up out of there, especially the ones who are inciting violence. They're talking all this peace and kumbaya and the whoop-de-whoop and the woody-woo. Listen, we got something for that. We got something for that. And it feels like the content creators were doing the work. Because Cash Patel is such a loser. See, this is why you shouldn't let DEI hires have positions. He should be fired. There's no way we did not have Tyler Robinson, who was turned in by his daddy. He should have been turned in immediately. I saw the video where the content creator got the CTV footage and the guy was able to hop down off the building all willy-nilly, living his best life. And I said, there's no way. I told y'all. I've been telling y'all. They play in y'all face. They not playing in mine. It is what it is. But moving right along. Let's get into it. We're going to be talking about Akon. Akon is getting divorced, honey. His wife has fought for divorce after 29 years. I didn't even know Akon was married for real. Did y'all know that? We're going to talk about it. And we're going to touch very lightly on GloRilla's diss, her leaked diss. But that being said, hey Couture Bays, it is your girl, Britt, going live with the Retalk MA Squad. We got to talk. Now, before we get started, let's like, comment, and subscribe. Tap that notification bell so you can get all the updates and alerts. And remember, opinions are not facts. Everything we say here is allegedly and for entertainment purposes solely. So sit back, relax, sip you some apple juice or my faith vegan water, and let's get into the mess. How you can like this video is by double tapping the screen. How you can like this video is by hitting those 3 dots right there. Thumbs up, thumbs down. Sharing if you care, subscribing to the channel, and of course this is how you can interact with the video and this is how you can engage with the video. That being said, let's get into the mess. Mods, y'all already know, unless it's one of the top, anything that can get us demonetized, you know, stay on topic, stay the course, don't even engage with the subscribers, engage with those who are bringing forth conversation. That being said, hey Ray H, how's it going? Hey Barry, how's it going? How are ya? Let's get into it. So let's go. Y'all already know these types of topics. We're not sensitive because you know what? They're gonna run our numbers up to the bank. So who do I want to start off with? Akon. Let's start off with Akon. So y'all know me. I try to stay on, hey, this is what it is, this is what it ain't. But it seems like Akon is in hot water. Right before his 30th wedding anniversary, his wife filed for divorce. Did y'all know that? His wife, Tomeka Thiam, I hope I said her name right, has filed for divorce. Y'all know we're gonna talk about the celebrities first. We're gonna talk about the fun and then get into the seriousness. So it says Tomeka has filed for divorce after nearly 30 years of marriage, according to TMZ. Tomeka filed for divorce 4 days before their 29th wedding anniversary, citing irreconcilable differences. Records state the estranged couple tied the knot in September 1996 and share a 17-year-old. In the filing, Tomeka is asking for joint legal custody, but wants physical custody of their child. She's also requesting spousal support while making it clear she doesn't want the court to award Akon any support from her. She must be rich or something. Because why does she not want the court to give him any money? I don't know. Akon has always been cryptic about how many wives he actually has, but in this case, this marriage is over. Now, this is his wife, and this is why I was confused, because I've seen him with other women. I didn't know if that was his wife. That's why I did not use her picture. I don't know who that man's wife is. That tells you I really be minding my business. I have no idea who that lady is. Sorry to that lady. Sorry to that lady. Moving right along. So let's get into it. Yes, please get these likes up, thumbs up this video. And again, like I said, mods, do not engage with the trolls. I know sometimes y'all want to engage and go back. No, we drive the conversation. Let's get these likes up. Let's get our 50 likes, please, and thank you. That being said, moving right along. GloRilla did a diss track to Young Thug and Mariah the Scientist. And I feel like, okay, this is cute. I don't have an issue with it. She heard everything going on the phone, but I find it funny. I find it funny that GloRilla has so much smoke, because wasn't she over there kikiing and laughing and liking shady tweets when it came to Tory Lanez? It don't feel good when the shoe is on that foot. You got to make it work. See, this is why I don't have an issue when we talk about the rap girls and stuff like that, because they're leaking your music. I pray GloRilla has a really good contract. She needs to send in an auditor to make sure she's getting all her money, because at this point, you are the breadwinner for CMG. I can't with polygamy. If my man tries to get another wife, I'm getting a boyfriend. Ooh. Not you getting a boyfriend. Hey, Ice Macchiato. Yep, Glo was smelling herself. Then found out how the ninjas really feel about her. Oh, hey, Cali girl. Look, I'm not mad. Okay, I'm not going to show y'all the before pictures. Let's not act like GloRilla felt she looked the best because she went and altered her appearance, which I don't have a problem with. And I'm always here for a nip and tuck. That's why I respect the elders. Y'all know my elders. I like to talk about the Patti LaBelle's and them and the Stephanies talking about their former plastic surgery. So we're gonna play this clip really quick. I'm not gonna show y'all the footage because the Breakfast Club like to play games. So let's get into it.
You was gonna be here?
No, I didn't.
Why?
Because I had an issue also with my being a black woman with a big nose. And a friend of mine got her nose done. And I said, oh, I think I need to try that. Maybe I'll get more gigs. I tried it. I did. I have a new nose.
It was me.
You can say it. I don't care. You came to my house.
It was me. I had a nose. I had my nose
Let me go back.
done in the early 80s.
And I
went to her house for dinner.
It was your
And she
mother
said,
and everybody.
what did you do?
I said, what happened, girl? What is your nose?
And she was like, I'm going to get one.
And I did right after I saw Stephanie.
I didn't know you got. I didn't know neither one of y'all I got nose job.
I had to.
And then she did. And
This was
Natalie,
cute.
but God bless her. She had one
Yeah,
too.
Natalie.
All of them do it. You know all the girls do it.
Yeah, but y'all don't need it. Y'all beautiful.
But that's the only thing that I've ever done. You know?
Go ahead.
That's shocking.
You could not cut me for Nathan.
But now I think I look like Shaka. Shaka's our big sisters.
So you never had nothing done either, John?
Hell no.
They said you got a BBL.
What's that?
Charlie on a
butt job.
It's a Brazilian butt lift. What all the young girls are doing? It's called a Brazilian butt lift.
How long has my butt been like this? My whole life.
Yes, ma'am.
Like the 60s, the 70s, they have BBL, they're going on.
Right.
I have the same behind I've always had.
Joking.
And somebody's trying to make their butt look like somebody else's with them BBLs, you call them.
That's
Yes.
BBL.
No. No,
They
that's
look like ants.
Somebody's got it natural.
Yeah, that's why
Somebody got it natural.
Shock is
No.
all her.
So hold on, Miss LaBelle, when you got the nose job, did you get more gigs? Did it change anything?
I think it did.
Really?
Because it was more pleasant to some people.
Well, more
I mean, it was fine with me, but when I saw my girlfriend, I said, I'm going to try that. And it
I
worked.
remember that too.
You remember, so well.
We were out
And
at
I didn't want to
the
tell
hospital.
people that you were my inspiration because I didn't know if you wanted me to
Oh,
talk
I don't
about
care,
that.
girl.
I
You
did.
know I don't care.
Well, I'm talking now.
Yes.
Okay, so
Tell her.
yeah, this is my girl. I followed her. Yes, I did.
So who did you follow? Who did you follow?
Michael
Michael Calvin.
Jackson.
Okay.
Yeah, Michael.
So after he got it, that's when you wanted to do it?
Yes, I went to the same doctor.
Wow.
Michael took me to the.
Shaka, why you about a woman like that? You didn't know that?
Picked me up.
She said, I didn't know.
Oh, me, speak louder. Oh, speak louder. Michael Jackson. Yeah, that's who I followed.
Miss,
I mean, well, that's such an
'Cause they
interesting
dated.
conversation because, you know, all of these, everybody's doing it now, right? Thinking that it's going to get them ahead in some way, shape, or form.
Oh, they just do it
This is something that's been going on.
Yes, it has. That's the only thing
And
I've
it's
done
something
though.
that people shouldn't be ashamed of if they want to do anything to their body or their face. This is all I've ever done. I ain't getting cut nowhere else.
Listen, again, do I think that GloRilla is ugly? No. But she felt like she did not like her looks. So she went and got her nose done. She went and got her titties. She went and got her teeth done. So, and the girlies are saying she got a petite BBL. I don't know. What I do know is this: I see her in the gym. So to me, she got the body through the gym. But it is what it is. It is what it is. So her feeling like, oh my God, he talking about me. He called me ugly, but he be in my DM. Like, I just think she needed something because everybody is talking about the other girls. You got Megan being talked about because she's actively whooping in the court. You got Cardi B out here boot the pavement, having this really big successful rollout. We will see when the numbers come. Her album is dropping shortly and soon. And then you have Bia dropping something. You got JT over here with endorsements. You got Young Miami with endorsements. You have somebody out here. You got some of everybody doing something, right? So girls are booked and busy. Hell, they're even drudging up speaking about Foxy Brown. But, you know, GloRilla heard them talking about her. She decided to use this moment to get back. I don't think it's going to do enough, though, because Young Thug has dropped a song himself saying, I miss my doctor. And the boys is eating it up. Child, this is why I say they love you today, hate you tomorrow. I still want her to go look into an auditor when it comes to her stuff. Now let's get into the main event. The suspect in the assassination of Charlie Kirk confessed to his father that he was the shooter. His father told authorities and secured his son until they could arrive to pick him up. Sources tell Even Perez, HB Rabinitz, and Holmes Liebrecht. Charlie Kirk's assailant is the 22-year-old Tyler Robinson. That was the picture that they used. I knew it was one of their own. Baby, MAGA is in shambles. The Republican Party is in shambles. Everybody is fighting. It's given the West Coast versus the East Coast. And at this point, I don't care. Because again, when are we going to address the white on white crime? The white on white crime. They want to so badly to make it something else. Let's get into the things that were said because we're going to talk about it. I want justice for Charlie Kirk's family. I'm going to play everything. And I want to be very clear to the Stephen A. Smiths, the Dr. Umars, the Candace Owens, and the rest of you stepping fetchings, tap dancing, kumbaya, let's smoke the peace pipe, light the incense, and everything else. I need y'all to stop saying black people are laughing when it is the white content creators out here dancing on the tickety top. Talking about all this other stuff. Y'all saw 3 black people say they smoking on that Charlie picked because he attacked their family members. Said they deserve to not be on this earth. And y'all want us to feel some type of way. Y'all want the black community to be like, guys, come together. Where we're like, it happened in Utah. It's an orchestrated event. Y'all are mad because we're not slow. Y'all are mad because we're not buying and subscribing to the ideology. Because you gotta, don't worry, let me play our beloved president. Y'all know, shout out to the POTUS. Let's get into it.
I think with a
Fair
high
use.
degree of certainty, we have him
Right
in
now.
custody. Okay? In custody, everyone did a great job. We worked with the local police, the governor. Everybody did a great job.
Okay. Can we get 100 more likes, please, and thank you? Share this video. Share it out. Share it out. So that's what the president said earlier today. Here is the mugshot of Tyler Robinson. Look at him. Does this look like a 22-year-old to you? Does this look like a 22-year-old to you? Who is this man? This can't be Tyler. This is not giving 22-year-old man. The picture I got of Tyler, look, it's giving 22-year-old. Hold on. It's giving 22-year-old. Is it not? The picture I have. That is a picture of Tyler. Who is that man? It's giving MK Ultra or something like that. Is that what the conspiracy theorists are saying? This looks more like Tyler. Who is that man? Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Look, this is Tyler Robinson, the Mormon. The Mormon who was raised on Mormon principles and values. What is going on? Why aren't the feds? Why isn't the National Guard assembled in Utah? What is going on in Utah where the Mormons is just snapping like that? Because he took out a viable, healthy 31-year-old man who can birth more beautiful babies of the Caucasus Mountains with his wife, who was also of the Caucasus Mountains, right? And y'all are mad at everybody else but your own. I saw videos of the people say, white men, stand up. White men, stand up. And I'm like, stand up to who? To each other? Stand up to who? To each other? Because y'all are actively antagonizing black collegiate students. What did the black people do? We were not in Utah at the campus where Tyler Robinson, say his name, hashtag Tyler Robinson, hashtag Tyler Robinson, justice for Charlie, hashtag justice for Charlie. Does this look like a 22-year-old? This looks like a grown man who was out here paying bills, who got a wife and some children, who got a 401k. What are they teaching in the Mormon church? What is happening? This is the thug. They took Charlie out as he was talking about gangs. Look at him. Look at him. I'm not listening to no hating hoe in the back who is out here lying for a click and a view. They wash. Okay? This is why the youth don't listen to the elders, because some of y'all are washed. Let's get into Bernice King. Racism is not a difference of opinion. Let me Let me heart that. Let me heart that. Let me heart that. Because I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding. And you know what, Cash Patel? You need to be fired because you had to walk back that statement of putting out through the FBI. Shout out to the Wall Street Journal because the Wall Street Journal has been hooking y'all up. Hooking y'all up. They've been exposing that it's clear that the MAGA Republicans have in-house fighting. They told us about that. They already told us about that. They told us that you gave a statement that it was a transgender who engraved things into the round. The one round. All it took was one. All it took was one round. And I was like, professional hit? What is Charlie getting into for y'all to stage a professional hit? And you know what's crazier? The president released that he did not make it. He did not survive. His wife didn't say it. Mother, father, brother, cousin. Nobody tied to Charlie through blood or through marriage, but our president did. Y'all don't find that suspicious? Let's get into Cash Patel. Okay? It's giving DEI. DEI higher. Y'all not outraged enough for me. Y'all are not outraged. I thought we wanted justice because it took him so long. I told y'all it took them 24 hours to find him. Don't worry. Don't worry. We come with receipts because I care. I care about Charlie and his people. Y'all don't care. Y'all don't care about Charlie and his people. Y'all don't care. All this staging of the coup. Look at her. Look at the VP. Look at the VP. Where is his wife? Thank you for bringing our hero home. We are so grateful. Y'all didn't even do this for the representatives, the politicians who were unalived in their home by that man pretending to be a police officer. But we're doing this for a political, and let me look up Charlie's title, because let me not get the hero's title wrong. We find the flags at half mast for a American author, conservative political commentator, and media personality. I didn't know we gave such high honor and regards for these types. Let's look at some of the books he wrote, shall we? Right-Wing Revolution, The College Scam, The MAGA Doctrine, Campus Battlefield. These are his books. Time for a Turning Point, The Fight for Americas. He was an evangelical Christian. So how did this evangelical Christian get taken out by the hands of a Mormon? What is going on with this white on white crime? I have not seen the media talk about it yet. I'm so confused. Let's get into it.
I said you were going to do well. I'll tell you what, I'm very proud of you. I said you were going to do well. Yeah, I think that I don't want to go too far. I'd like to tell you some stories at how it happened, but essentially somebody that was very close to him turned him in. And that happens when you have some of those good shots. Somebody is going to say, whether it's a parent or whatever, I'd rather not say right now. They're going to announce it today, sometime later, probably talk about that. But somebody close to him turned him in. They said, whoa. It's interesting. We had very good pictures, but not great, not perfect. And when you look at it, what happened is somebody, and this happens a lot. It happened with the crazy Boston bomber. It happened with others. Somebody that's close recognizes even a little tilt of the head, which nobody else would do. And somebody that was very close to him said, that's him. And essentially went to the father, went to a U.S. Marshal, who was fantastic, by the way. And the person was involved with law enforcement, but was a person of faith, a minister. and brought him to a U.S. Marshal who was fantastic. And the father convinced the son, this is it. And again, I'm always subject to be corrected, but I'm just giving you, based on what I'm hearing, they'll give you a much more active. I just heard about it 5 minutes before I walked in. As I'm walking in, they said, looking real good. They have the person that they wanted. So you have breaking news, don't you, huh?
Thank you.
You always have breaking news, Ainsley.
Right.
Sean's going to be very disappointed that we're not doing it on his show.
He'll be very.
He's talking about Sean Hannity. Child, the jokes write themselves. Don't worry, we got more. We have more. Again, everybody's like, don't make this about race. We should talk about race. That's crazy because, you know, our very own Charlie Kirk, God rest his soul, and what's going on with him, and prayers up for his friends and family. He was a huge race baiter. You don't believe me? Let's get into it.
Still not clear what those messages fully mean or how investigators believe they fit into this puzzle leading to the death of Charlie Kirk. But one of those messages found on one of the unspent cartridges along with that bolt-action rifle said, "Hey, fascist, catch," with an exclamation point. You heard Governor Spencer Cox say the intent of that message seemed clear as day. Other messages were a bit more obscure, including one that said, "If you read this, you are gay." Again, these shell casings and the gun have been taken to the FBI lab in Quantico, Virginia for analysis. The investigators may have more to say on the meaning of these inscriptions a bit later. It's still not clear what those messages fully mean or how...
Look at this Christian Mormon. We need to send in the troops. Where is the troops? Send them in between Colorado and Utah. I don't know who's worse because this is getting unstable, unhinged. But don't worry, there's more. I have more. Let's get into my fave from the Utah. Is this the governor or the mayor? The governor of Utah. Let's get into what he had to say because we're bringing receipts, not emotions. We're bringing receipts, not emotions. Let's get into it, Bay Squad. Can we get 100 likes, please and thank you? Don't just sit there and watch Bay Squad. Let's thumbs up the video. Let's not be hating on the hoe in the back. We finally, after multiple failed attempts to get the perpetrator and the assailant, they have him. Don't worry, there's more. Because I'm going to save the step infections for last. Y'all know I love, I'm from Louisiana. And down in the swamp, they love a little coon. So we're going to serve some coon up today. Don't worry.
This bad stuff happens. And for 33 hours, I was praying that if this had to happen here, that it wouldn't be one of us. That somebody drove from another state, somebody came from another country. Sadly, that prayer was not answered the way I had hoped for. Just because I thought it would make it easier on us if we could just say, hey, we don't do that here. And indeed, Utah is a special place. We lead the nation in charitable giving. We lead the nation in service every year. But it did happen here.
It did. It did happen there. I was praying. It was not us. It was one of your own. I tell you, it's like they couldn't believe that it was white on white crime. I don't know. I mean, just the optics. It was a PWI. It was Charlie Kirk. Most people didn't even know who he was from my community. They was like, who is that? That's why a lot of the old rhetoric was going around. Now, Bay Squad, we are heavy into the politics. Y'all know who the girls are? Y'all know who the girls are? In the comments, they're going him. They wanted to blame immigrants and black people. And couldn't. Correction, they wish he wasn't Watts. He was Mormon too. So, a white Mormon. What is the Mormon church going to do? The Mormons are tired of taking all these blows between the Pedialites at the bus stop. Now this, child, the Mormon church can't take no more. Shout out to the Mormons. Shout out to the good Christians and the Mormons, because y'all already know. The girlies said Charlie Kirk was a whisperer of the Triple K. I don't know. What I do know is this. He used to preach that instead of you going to college, you don't need an education. He was a community college dropout. He didn't even make it to the big leagues. He didn't have anything, while his wife had a degree, multiple degrees at that. The wife still hasn't said nothing. Family hasn't said nothing, but they out here using this man. I told y'all he was a pawn. Go check out my video from yesterday. It has been hilarious. Hilarious, not because he died. It's hilarious how they're treating the death of this hero. He's a hero. Our president said he's a hero. This is my favorite one so far. Y'all know Laura Loomer. Y'all know Laura Loomer. Y'all know Miss Laura. You know Laura always talking that hot shit. Okay, let's read. Charlie Kirk's death will not be in vain. I will be spending my night making everyone I find online who celebrates his death famous. So prepare to have your whole future professional aspirations ruined if you're sick enough to celebrate his death. I'm going to make you wish you never opened your mouth. These people need to be condemned in society. There must never be a place for those people to gather without facing the shame of their behavior. I'm so happy a woman of standard and class said this. I'm so happy a woman of standard and class said this, because let me tell you something. Is this you? I love those "is this you" tweets. Just the beginning of this year. You know, I don't know. Karma has been spinning the block in immediately. Laura Loomer, May 25th, 2025. Congratulations to George Floyd on being 5 years sober today. Her words, not mine. Look at that. We're going to make you famous, Laura. Again, it's time for people to be voted out their seats. Shout out to the kings and the queens. Shout out to our hero exposing how these fools think and operate. Now we can see it. Because without this, we would have never known. If they weren't threatening HBCUs, we would have never known. If they weren't going to NYU saying that the blacks with a hard ER, if they never threatened, we would have never seen this. Shout out to the crew. Shout out to the white men in the streets. White men, fight back. White men, fight back. White men, fight back. White men, fight back. I love this for y'all. Fight against your brothers who are taking you out, who are taking out your children, who won't birth your babies, who are taking out your men, who are leaving your children fatherless. Yes, fight that white on white crime. Get it together. Fight that white on white crime. You know, I'm loving it. And you might want to round up the Mormons too. Because how dare they not abide by the Christian principles of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ? Because I saw one of them quoting Matthew 25, verse 21. And I was like, you got to keep reading, baby. Go down to verse 25 through 31. That's for you. You know, they love quoting that Bible. But even in the Bible, it says, Satan knows the word too. Shout out to the good Christians. Shout out to the good Christians. Let me say, oh, there's more. Let's get into my favorite step in fashion. Shall we?
I'm a black man born in America. I know what problems that exist in this country. But I also know there's far more good people than they are bad people in this country, regardless of who you are, what your ethnic background is. White, black, Hispanic, and beyond. I'm in a studio here in Las Vegas, and I'm looking outside, and I see people looking at me and smiling and saying, "What's up, Stephen?" They don't look anything like me. And I don't care, because they're showing me love, and I'm showing love right back to them. At some point in time, we got to recognize, can't just speak about it. Can't just give lip service to when such a vile act takes place. And we're going to give lip service to the tragedy of the moment, and then within 24 hours, we move on with our lives like nothing happened. Something did happen. Don't care what his political beliefs were. I don't care what he felt. I care about the fact that a man was gunned down in front of two of his children who are 5 years of age or less. That he's dead at the age of 31. That his wife is a widow. That his children are fatherless.
Yes.
Because his ideas and his beliefs differed from somebody else, apparently.
Yes.
And then I'm going online and I'm seeing people celebrating it.
Say their names.
Shame. Shame on you.
Say their names. Say their names. Don't do that. Don't do that, Stephen A. Say their names. Say their names. We need to say the names so we can find out who is against our hero, American hero, who's getting traditional colors and honors. Y'all didn't even do that for the politicians who passed away literally 2 weeks ago. One of the Republicans laughed, made a joke and said, y'all are too uptight. Baby, let me tell you, when karma comes back, it's crazy. Not to the hero. Let's get into another one.
Our relationship was real. We were brother and sister. You know, we were fortified. Our relationship was forged in fire, the fire of politics. I knew him. I knew Charlie, the real Charlie. And Charlie knew the real Candace. You know?
Yes.
I think in the end, Charlie was going through a spiritual transformation. Yes. I don't think it, I know it. He was going through a lot, and there was a lot of pressure. And it's hard for me to watch the people who were pressuring him, I don't know, just say the things that they're saying. You know, I just...
Say what, Candace?
There's something about it that just feels really fake. Feels really fake to me. And they would have allowed him to lose and wanted him to lose everything for changing or even slightly modifying an opinion, and then to see them doing what they're doing today, it's hurtful to me. It's very hurtful to me. But I don't want today to be about anything other than you guys knowing that Charlie really was an amazing person. You know, he was like, we were really close. And he was my best friend and my brother.
Come on,
and
brother.
I will never unsee the footage of what I saw, the violence of it. I pray for the people who took any pleasure in that. I would never, there's not a single person in the world
Where are the tears?
that I would wish that on. And least of all, someone with a heart like Charlie's. He loved his family, he loved his wife, he loved his country.
Yes, America.
And he didn't deserve that ending. You know, he's really young. But I know that we will carry the torch. I will never allow the memory of Charlie to be forgotten, obviously, because there is no Candace without Charlie. You know, we came up in politics together, and so I don't know what else to say, guys, other than in a lot of pain right now.
Oh.
And I love you, Charlie, and you know, I'll see you when I'll see you. I love you very much.
Oh.
Thank you, guys. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, she must be having one of those inside cries that New York from Flavor Flav said she was having. I'm crying in the inside. Y'all remember that? Put a one in the chat if y'all remember when New York said she was crying in the inside. That's what it was giving. Crying in the inside. Wow. So strange. Don't worry. We got more.
Malcolm X. Beyonce, even though she's, I guess...
I just want to make sure. Was that woman who was celebrating, smiling, is she black? Was that a black woman? What was she black? Was she black? That lady? When Candace is out here crying her inside tears, what was she doing? Laughing.
And it's like, I know a man be pissed off when I walk past him.
Malcolm X said, if you're not careful, the newspapers will have you hating the people who are being oppressed and loving the people who are doing the oppressing.
Was that man black?
Starting to piss me off with this Charlie Kirk shit. When somebody has cancer and they go through chemo and radiation to kill off the cancer in their body and the cancer cells die, we celebrate. They ring the bell, we celebrate the fact that they're in remission, they're cancer free. But now y'all are mourning the loss of one cancer cell. What are y'all going to do when we are in remission? What are y'all going to do when the other cancer cells die? Are y'all going to mourn the fact that we are cancer free? Are y'all going to be sad that the cancer is no longer making the body sick? That the cancer is no longer killing us from the inside out and from the outside in? He was a father. He would have made those children cancer cells. He was a husband. His wife married a cancer cell, which makes her a cancer cell. And the empathy that y'all are extending that he told you was damaging is starting to make me believe that the cancer was so aggressive it is seeping into your minds and rotting y'all out. Are y'all now cancer cells too?
Candace, Stephen, Umar.
In fact, I even think that we should bring back, public executions on certain people. No, but think about it. I think that, and you guys should laugh, it should be public, it should be quick.
Oh, let's start it over.
In fact, I even think that we should bring back, public executions on certain people. No, but think about it. I think that, and you guys should laugh, it should be public, it should be quick, it should be televised. By the way, you could force the government to watch it. You could have brought to you by Coca-Cola. And no, I'm not kidding.
His words, right?
They just set up there and unlive Master Son. I'm heard about that one. They set up there and unlive Charlie Kirk. That was one of Master's best sons. He always stood up for what's right. See, y'all gotta understand here. Master help us. Master take care of us. Master love us. You can't sit up there and celebrate nobody's death. They done hurt Master. When you hurt Master and you hurt Master people, you hurt me. Cause I live in a house. I live in a slave house. And we love Master over here. Good Lord above don't like what y'all doing. Good Lord above don't like how y'all talking about Master Son this way. Y'all gonna get what y'all deserve. This ain't right. It ain't. Master ain't said nothing wrong. Master was gonna...
I usually do potlucks.
This is a different way to see how genuine somebody actually is. And you do this by looking at what they don't show you. That's right. You're going to look at what they lack. It's going to tell you so much about them. Here we go. It's going to make sense in a second. If they lack accountability, they will shift the blame. That's what you will see. If they lack communication skills, they're going to say that you are arguing. If they lack emotional intelligence, they're going to call you sensitive. If they lack self-awareness, they're going to criticize everybody else around them and those flaws. If they lack honesty, they're going to distort the truth to fit their narrative. If they lack boundaries, they are going to overstep yours and make believe they're not even there. If they lack integrity, they'll justify anything wrong that they do. If they lack empathy, they're going to dismiss your feelings. And last one.
That is crazy. I just had to share that. I had to share that. It's so unfortunate, is it not? It's so unfortunate. Again, let me end it with this. Because I saw this. I had to make a post, while everybody was running. I didn't see anybody looking into Tyler Robinson's past, showing what he used to do. Why was this 22-year-old man wanting to take out this father, this husband, this friend, this leader of a movement. Why do they want to take him out? Like, it makes no sense. And instead of the white men who are in the streets, white men fight back. They're threatening black people. They're not threatening Tyler Robinson. They're not going after the Mormon faith. It is us. We won't even there. We won't even there. I ain't see a black nobody out there. It was so wild. Utah is Mormon country. I said, in Utah, y'all aren't even this upset about the children who were blickied. Y'all didn't do this for the children who were praying. Those were white men. I'm like, when are we going to talk about the white on white crime? And you know, I feel like this. Y'all are sending troops to Memphis. Well, we need troops in Colorado. They clearly have some type of issue, some type of gang violence. Because, you know, Charlie Kirk was about to talk about the gangs. He was trying to tell y'all the gangs are in Colorado. The gangs are in Utah. Were those not? Was that not an assassination? Do you believe it was assassination? Or do y'all believe this was just an act of God? Like, since we like to play, put a 3 in the chat if you feel it was an assassination. Put a 4 in the chat if it was an act of God. Put a 3 in the chat if you feel it was an assassination. Put a 4 in the chat if you think it was an act of God. Because for the life of me, I don't understand. Where are the troops? How come y'all are not boycotting for Cash Patel to be fired? It took a content creator to show y'all Tyler jumping down. He wasn't even running. He never ran. He just backpack with his backpack on. Backpack. Like he been waiting his whole life. It was giving Jason Bourne. I said, what in the MK Ultra? What is happening? Somebody who was a renowned world leader. He had the Israel president say hearts and wishes and prayers with Charlie Kirk and his family. They didn't even do that for the politicians of Minnesota. They didn't do that for the children. I didn't hear hearts and prayers. I didn't see outrage. Nothing. But let's continue. Stop trying to shame people for not mourning Charlie Kirk. He wasn't just a conservative we disagree with. He was a fascist organizer who built his career spreading racism, misogyny, homophobia, transphobia, Islamophobia, xenophobia, and anti-immigrant hate, actively harming marginalized communities every single day. If you feel compelled to send his family condolences, fine, that's your personal choice. Don't turn around and scold others for refusing to shed tears over a man who dedicated his life to dehumanizing and endangering them. This doesn't make you a better person if you're a Christian. It doesn't make you closer to going to heaven. It just shows you don't stand for nothing. Where were your sympathy posts for the thousands of Palestinians killed in Gaza? Deaths Charlie Kirk celebrated and justified? Where's your compassion for the immigrants torn from their families by ICE, an institution Kirk defended? Where's your energy for the trans kids, the Muslims, the Black and brown communities he spent his career attacking? Y'all know a white person wrote these. Empathy is not owed to oppressors. Mourning is not mandatory. Pretending that civility is the face of fascism makes you morally superior is nothing more than cowardice. Y'all give me a headache. I had to share that. I was shocked because I wanted to see the black people who were celebrating. Everywhere I turned around, it was somebody, what? You know, one of his own. You know, this is the man who said slavery was amazing. It was God's will. And we should go back to that. We should go back to the 1940s where women were better. Laura wouldn't even be allowed to be on Twitter if it was the 1940s. Candace wouldn't even be allowed to speak about Charlie is her friend if we were in the 1940s. Dr. Umar, Stephen A. Smith, and the rest of you step-infections would not be allowed to be like, well, you shouldn't be celebrating his death. Who is celebrating? Who is celebrating? People simply not caring is not a celebration. Stop turning to the black community to fix the problems of the white community. Because when y'all were saying we were welfare queens, we found out that wasn't true. That was the white community. When we found out that the crime rate was up and y'all was saying it was the black on black crime whole time, it's the white folk. We didn't say nothing. When that man was out here actively, go watch the video from yesterday, saying that Michelle Obama, Ketanji Brown, and the rest of the black women should be unalive. Nobody said nothing. Y'all championed it. Y'all went up for it. When he said we should overthrow the government because they stole the election, and then January 6th happened, and he said he feels so close to God because he facilitated a lot of it. I didn't hear any of that. People lost their lives. I remember because I was in DC when that happened. It was chaos. They locked us in rooms. This is the same man who said Nancy Pelosi's husband was having a homosexual affair and that's why he was attacked. That's what he said. This is the same man who mocked African leaders and said, give us your oil. That was a lot. He laughed. He laughed. He said empathy is for the woke. A lot of y'all are acting real woke. He said a lot of you need to be unalived. That the children, the women, the men, and these mass shootings, he said that. That wasn't me. He said that. And laughed. He laughed. And said y'all are just afraid to say it. And now y'all are mad because we're upholding this hero's words, his final wishes. We're standing in solidarity with our brother from another mother. But I understand. It's a hard pill to swallow when the shoe is on your foot. They wanted Tyler Robinson to be a Kendrick, Nevadius, Christian, anybody but a Tyler who's Mormon and white. That doesn't fit the narrative. It's unfortunate. His children will have to see it. They just now took it down. They left that video up for 24 hours. 24 hours. They did more for Nipsey Hussle than they did Charlie Kirk. I want to let that sit in your brains. They did more for Kobe Bryant than they did for Charlie Kirk. I want that to sizzle in your spirit. Is that how you treat an American hero? Are y'all gonna storm Utah and ask for justice? Or are y'all gonna sit back and terrorize people who had nothing to do with it because y'all are cowards, because y'all can't face the man in the mirror, that y'all raise these types of individuals? What's going on in the white Christian homes for these young Christian able-bodied men to take out such heroes? What is going on? We need to have a talk about that. Y'all are firing people for asking questions. Y'all are firing people who say you can't lead with hate, and all it's doing is causing a bigger divide. Not amongst us. Because we know who our ops are. Y'all don't know. Because I tell you what, we're not going places where we're getting set up to be a pawn for a political party to push a narrative and activate incel behavior. So unfortunate. So sad. Hopefully, Tyler Robinson pays. It's looking like he's not going to pay because this is his first offense. He's a Mormon. I don't know. Y'all should be actively working hard that his children get justice. His wife gets justice. And start asking yourself, where is the wife? Where is the family? How come it's only our beloved president and the VP and his party speaking on such a sensitive issue? Why are they doing press tours on this? In the words of CW, if that wife come out and do a exclusive interview in the next few months, she was paid. And on that note, what are your thoughts, Space Squad? What are your opinions? Let's send our prayers to Charlie's family. Let's send our prayers to Charlie's children. Let's send our prayers to the good people walking the streets who are being taunted because they're so upset they can't take that one of their own took out this American hero. And on that note, comment down below. I gotta go. Bye, hoes.